Good evening, everyone. This side Bahar, the core team member of the EduHub community. Good evening, everyone. This side Bahar, the core team member of EduHub community. I hope you are doing great, and it's an immense pleasure for me to host this session again. EduHub is a community in which where it is regarding to the people and their contributions made to achieve their goals and others' goals as well. It's an initiative to contribute to the open source community by providing training, guidance, and awareness about the possibilities in the field of software to students. Learn real life skills from experts, join clubs, and hang out and network with the smart people. So far, for today's session, we have our guest, Mr. Aditya Raj. It's an honor to welcome you here, sir, who has an innovative and a developer's mindset with the skill set of a leader. He is a procuring person in getting ahead of his career. Mr. Aditya has cracked Juspay with a CTC of 16 LPA and as a SDE 1 profile. So let's take a look what he wants us to know more about him. With this, I would like to request Mr. Aditya to please address himself. Sir,
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Thanks for inviting me in your live session. Uh, by knowing that you are doing great, that EduHub is also doing great for their students and all.
yeah,
Thanks for
thank
inviting me, and
it's a pleasure.
yeah, I would like to share my interview experience with you and your community members and students which are in your connect
Yeah.
right now. Let me brief myself about me that I'm Aditya Raj, and recently I'm in a intern on Juspay. I cracked the assessment of the Juspay as a SDE1 role in that,
Hmm.
and I completed my graduation in engineering, computer science, and engineering from IIM Gwalior, and I did my schooling senior secondary or secondary schooling from my hometown as I come from Bihar. I think you guys know that. Uh,
Yeah.
and I did my schooling from St. Paul High School, which is the top school of the Bihar. Uh, that's it. Apart from this, I was also the technical interest that in I want to work in IoT fields. And as you guys know that in the very first year of my engineering degree, I used to develop some or build some IoT projects like voice control car and all. And I had done many of the projects in that, and that's it. Let's go with the your questions.
Yeah, that was really good and great. We are really thankful to get a brief about you. So, my question here comes for you. This, like, what is your idea of concept between the product based and the service based companies?
There is nothing like a product list and service list. There is I must say that this is a myth in a student of third year, second year, or I must say that in first year too, that the company is service based, product based, and in a product based we require many DSA and some horrible things like DSA and competitive programming. I mean
Yeah.
dynamic programming and all. So I must say that you should. I think something is wrong.
No, you are audible.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Uh, I must say that students of first year, second year, that you must stick with the one programming language. That you must be comfortable in C language, CPP language. It might be Python or it might be Java, and many other languages. You should decide. in which language you are comfortable. Don't ever try to go with the flow with your
Yeah.
friends or your like your teacher is saying or your mentor is saying that go with this language, this language. Uh, in my case, I see that in in my college that many of the students are saying that I've completed the Python, Java, C++, and all. Uh, I, I think that is not comfortable for me, or it not suits me at that very time. That I take the Java as my starting part. I took the C language as a starting part, and I must say that it suits me, and I was it was very lenient to me that I got the concepts of the array or recursion or function and many small stuff in the programming language that it might be your data types and loops and all. That's it. I must say that go with the one language only. Don't go with the many of the sticky stuff like I am doing C or in parallel one I am doing CPP and Java. No, no, don't go with this stuff. Choose only one language.
Don't be, yeah.
Yeah,
Don't be a person with just go with the flow. Just
yes,
do what you're comfortable with. Okay.
yes, yes, yes.
So
Which you are suitable or you are comfortable with.
yeah. So my next question for you is like what you did when you were in your initial year of your college, like how you came out to be so productive in those initial years. Just give a brief about to our fellow audience.
Uh, in my very first year of my engineering degree, uh, honestly, I say that in my first year, the first year was totally bouncer to me. That when I enter in the college and see that all the classmates are doing C language, CPT language, Java language, Python language, all these stuff, and that I can't understand what they are talking. I think they are talking in the coding language with me. That was too horrible to me in my very first year. I must thank to my all seniors like somewhat that Sudhanshu, Sumit, and Aniket, Akash, that they helped me a lot. They helped me a lot in that way. In that way, my situation was that I just in my schooling days that unable to crack the JEE exam. That I think that everything gets settled down, and but it's somewhat come like that that just may take its own turn, and I come to this very college, and I must say that my enlightenment towards coding was the time of my last half of my second year when the lockdown happens. The concept of the using the lockdown I got when I was scrolling the memes or reels or the YouTube video that you must use your lockdown. It's a time where you are from away from the college tension that all this stuff. And yeah, I used my lockdown and now I'm here.
Okay, that was really nice to know. So, with on proceeding ahead, I want to know what was your is there was any sort of particular schedule like in your last year of the college? Because obviously we all know that last year of the college is all about placement. So, is there any sort of particular schedule that you followed on, or you were like, no, I just be preparing this and this and this like that? What was your
Uh,
strategy regarding all that?
in my last year of my engineering, I must say that there was no any strategy, but I was targeting the only day that I wake up in the morning and I have left with the other 24 hours of the day. I must target every hour that I will find 5 to 6 hours of the sleep or 7 to 8 hours of the sleep, and rest from that. I used to target a single hour, target a single hour of my day that it might take the coding part or the learning part or the on a platform like HackerRank and all that stuff. I used to read books. In fact, to the coding part, I used to read books like the in a BSc part that the books of the poor man. That's very nice book. And I used to read many books, and I must say to the students who are in a first, second, or third years that you must take or grab the knowledge from wherever you are getting from. You might be getting from your online Google and books or the YouTube lecture. I must say one thing that whenever I used to learn the concepts in my first or second or third year. Like I used to grab the knowledge, grabbing, and I just use that very knowledge in my project part. That what I have learned from my second or third year, I just put that very thing in my project part. I think I see many of the students that they are grabbing the knowledge like oops, this is abstraction, inheritance, and all that they are not using their knowledge in the project part. Many of the junior contact me like, we looked at what is in it, and I just saw that this is the abstraction part, the encapsulation part. I usually ask you, you are clear with your oops concept. They say, yeah, I'm very much clear with my oops part, but I think the this sort of the this sort of things should be eliminated from their studies. Like they are grabbing much and much knowledge that they are doing UPSPAT, they are doing the collection frameworks and many stuff, but they are not using the knowledge they have grabbed in their project part. I must say they should use in the project, and by doing the several projects, you get the clarification of the what is the abstraction, what the oops are, what the basic technical term, and all.
So, in short, you wanna say that whatever you learn from books or lectures, you just
Yeah,
need to apply on implementation also. Okay.
yeah.
So, I think our audience is very much cleared for that, like what they have to prepare for. So, my next question is like, what subjects should a one focus on, and which coding language you will recommend to them?
According to me, that the coding language is Java, and I must say in this question, I must say that choose any language which you are comfortable and all. That's it. Don't go with me that I'm choosing Java, I'm choosing the Kotlin, and
Um,
I'm in the Android development. You should also do the Android development on and all the things. Just go with what you are comfortable with. You might be comfortable with the Python, the libraries,
yeah.
and all. You might be comfortable with the .NET. You might be comfortable with React, Angular, and all. So go with which you are comfortable. Don't go with the that many of the mentor or a teacher says that go with this. No, go with this which you are comfortable.
Okay. So for next, like, what is your idea of frame regarding data structures and its importance?
Data structure and important. Yeah, it
Hmm.
is very important for coding. If you are coming from the coding background, that you must have the knowledge of the
Yeah.
data structure and algorithms. That I see many of the juniors and the many of the students like they are focusing on only on a oops part or the basic part of the coding language, but they are just eliminating the data structure and the algorithm part. But I must say the this is not way to handle your programming concepts and all. in a interview or in a coding test of any of the organization, like in a product based, like Google, Amazon, and all, you must encounter this very type to the question of the tree, graph, and all the stuff that non-linear data structure, linear data structure. Yeah, they have the full of the question of these types. So you must have a very good concept on this data structure and the algorithm. So in a very first part of the data structure and algorithm, you must stick with a one programming language. Like you must go with the C, master on it. I think no need to baptize or that master kind of thing. Yeah, the concept of the array, recursion function, and all what the technical stuff are there in this very language. You should might be knowing that what is this. Complete it and go with the DSA and select the DSA basic part like linear data structure, non-linear data structure. It might be arrays, uh, list, queue, stack, and all, and tree and a graph. So target one individual, like a week you are uh, in a array part, next week you are in a list part, then after tree part and a graph part. So uh, divide it as an individual part. Don't go with that I'm doing with the array part, I'm doing with the list part in the same time. Then you will just mix up the concept of the array and the list. Apart, I think that you must encounter the array list in a next part, but you must go with the individual part. And and this the journey of the DSA part, like targeting one topic of the DSA. When you get completed with this, and after that, go to the some sites of communities like Hacker, Tweetbot. I think there is a number of the sites you might be knowing that go on with this and apply and go with the easy questions on that, and don't go with the hard one. Go with the easy questions which and solve one by one. And at last the day will come that you will get the master of that very question which you are doing. That's the approach for the
Okay.
DS.
Yeah, so just go with the basic part and just
Yeah,
clear with it. And yeah,
yeah.
that's it. Yeah. Okay. So the next one is like, is maintaining GPA really necessary? Like, this is the biggest
GPA.
question I think every fresher wants to know. Yeah.
Yeah. We were coming to this session. I must say I encountered with a lot questions from my juniors that yeah, it's GK is really mandatory for us
Yeah.
to. I think yeah, it's a mandatory term, but I think also if you are having the knowledge of very good knowledge of the DSA and all the technical stuff, so you don't need to worry about the GPA or and all the stuff. That you build your coding skills and the concepts and all. Just go with if really this is a good part that you should maintain your CGPA. But in a case if you are not maintaining a very well CGPA or GPA in your semester exam, then you are only left with your the programming skills and all that you must have to store your strength on the interview platform that yes, you are the best. You are the best. Apart from your CGP and all, you are having very good knowledge of your programming skills, and you are the best one. Like this type, these type of the temperament you should need that, and this temperament will of course come from the if you are practicing lot and lot data structure part and all the technical stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it was I think our fellow audience is very much clear regarding the CGPA concept and its criteria. So let's move ahead. So I think, what was your placement strategy for Cognizant and other top MNCs?
Like there is no strategy of mine that in a morning I do the coding pattern in a afternoon I did the reading up. No any strategy. But the one thing was that I was very much committed to my time, and that if I wake up in the morning and I decide to do that, I must complete the array part, I must complete the string part, I must complete
Yeah.
the function and a part. Then I must say before I'm going back to the bed, I must complete that very part. That if the day is if I spend more time in enjoyment and all, no, just do what you are committed. That I must complete the array part in this very day. And anyhow, you should complete that very part. And I think some of the discipline, yeah, you must require in this. You must be very honest to your studies. Yeah, I must say you must be very honest. I in my beginning of this journey, I used pen and a paper to write my weakness, weakness that I have problem in a DSA part, I'm problem in a array part, I'm problem in a oops part and all, BBMS part. Then see, if you write down your problems in your paper, that have the track of the what you are lacking of your in what the thing you are lacking behind. So write down your weakness that I'm weak in arrow part, I'm weak in outstart and all. The target one that I must be a proficient in a array part is in a 1 week or in a what times you are suitable. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So it was really nice to let it know, like what sort of yeah, the things you have told us. So the next comes is like, what sort of tools or the prep materials you have been used, or would you like to suggest to your fellow audience for the same, like for their preparation and all.
Yeah, there is no any specific tool that I only work on the GitHub or I only go for the hacker and hacker. No any specific path. But the thing is that in my beginning of my this uh, career of the CSNR programming stuff and this that I took a year or 1.5 year to acquire the knowledge about the coding path and all. I target one coding path like small programs like pattern programs and this you must be knowing about the prime number and all the Fibonacci series and all. These are the smallest tasks. I target one set of the questions. Like if I am going with the pattern part, I must try to solve different pattern questions on that very day. And you must be good to know good that if you are acquiring from knowledge from the YouTube part or a book part on at all, just acquire them. And when you are done with your all these stuff, go on a hacker rank or a hacker or there are many sites and apply them. Apply your new concepts and get to and there are I think there are many communities like Stack Overflow and all so go with the solution part of the different people or that different developers that they how they use the approach to target that very question that you must find that there is a different approach of the single questions and all. Yeah, that helped me a lot.
Okay. So we have a question here, Any particular algorithm and DSA platform you will prefer over the others?
Yeah, yeah. There is many YouTube lectures like Abdul Baris, Bob Clutter, and I must be saying that because they are very beginner friendly lectures on the YouTube. And apart from the YouTube, you must have the Java point, Java point, and the tutorials point, weeks or gigs. And then I think there is a number of where you can prefer. But I must say you go for the different platform, different lectures or whatever on YouTube, you must acquire the knowledge that you go with the array part, like in an example that you go with the array part. You are not getting array. What is the array from your books? Then you must go with the YouTube lectures that what is the array, uh, then after you are not clear over there, then you must go with a different site or you just look the examples or the code which the area has been used. That then that makes the notes of that very thing. If you are asking that particular platform, I must say that the YouTube lectures and the sites Geek for Geeks. I usually prefer the YouTube lectures and the Geek for Geeks site.
Okay. So I think, John, you are very much cleared with his answer. The next question here is, how would you know that you are good for the role that you are applying?
That's a very much tricky question. Uh,
Yeah, exactly it
yeah,
is.
I must say uh, that the doing in my in my second or third year of my engineering, I was done with the DSA part and all.
Mm-hmm.
Then in my beginning of my fourth year, I just apply for this very organization. Then I see that what are the requirements of the organization that were asking DSA part and all the stuff and all. Then I just applied for it, and then I just having the assessment and all. Then I must get the rule here because having.
Okay. So I think, Akhil, you are very much cleared, like what our speaker wants to say. Thanks, Philip, for letting us know. Okay, so next question here comes for you is like, how many projects and what type of project we should do, like
Yeah,
in the upcoming year or in the coming years.
I must say that many of the juniors or many of the students are they are much a cloud of that they are creating a cloud that yeah I am not done any internship and or
Hmm.
any of the training in my engineering career. So
Hmm.
I must say that mm, not to worry that you have not done any of the internships in your engineering degree.
Yeah.
Uh, you must you but the one thing is should be considered is that you must have a not a lot, but you have the project, put not a lot that 5 to 6 projects in your mind also, or the project part is must. It is must that you should in your engineering career that you should have a very good amount of the project that I see that if you acquire the knowledge about the DSA part and the Java or any kind of the technical stuff, you must use your knowledge like in OOPS that use that very knowledge in your project. Yeah, I must say use that very knowledge in your project. That when you are developing different kind of the project, you come to see that, oh, this part with this abstraction, what is the concept of the abstraction, what is the concept of the inheritance, what is the concept of the encapsulation and all. The project is a must part. Yeah, my case that I started my programming studies in a C, and I completed. I done with the C. Then I just moved with the Java part, and doing the Java and Java and Java and all. That I shifted to the track, as you know, that Android development. That and I have many of the projects on Android, on a real time project and all. That helps me a lot in my interview round. That I honestly say that I have no any internship experience in my engineering degree. I clearly mentioned this, that I have no any internship experience in my engineering career. And and you are looking that I am in a good product based company, that not to worry that you are not having the internship skill or internship experience, not to worry. But I must say you should have the project in your bag, that the interviewers say that what the project you have done, that makes a very good example over the interview, that you have done such real time project in an engineering degree. Then yeah, you must have the very good number of the projects in your resume, or in your, I must say, in your mind, that in the interview part they must ask that show me your project and all.
Okay, so in short, you wanna say that projects are very much important. They'll help you
Yeah,
to brush up your conceptual things into your
yeah,
implementation part as well, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So the next question here comes. Okay, from Akhil, how important are projects? And I think, okay, how important are projects, and what kind of projects one should focus on, especially for beginners? So, what is your
I
idea of frame regarding that?
uh, beginner part like that. When you are beginner, you first complete your the total concepts of the oops part and the other technical stuff, and such that the the area in which you are comfortable. That I was comfortable in my Android development. One should must be comfortable in a web development. One was comfortable in a front end development, back end development. There are many areas. Uh, such what you are comfortable. So go with the very basic project. Like you must in my case, I used to develop one of the Avengers uh, uh, Android application, that different Avengers information in that and all stuff.
Oh,
That
nice.
was very basic project when I started the Android development. And after that, I have the book, different kind of book. That was my real time project, that a book hub project, and must say the weather app project. Different kind of app projects I have done on in my Android development. So starting of your project development, you must go with a very small project development. Like it might not be the real time, or it's not my connected with the API part. So not to worry. Just develop the small part of the project. That's good. And gradually you should increase your levels and all. And one day definitely you will have the very good projects in your back.
Okay. So the next question is, what skills are company looking for in the beginners, like in the beginning or as a fresher?
Yeah, this is a very typical question from from the students from the first or second or third year.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
they have beginner skill, that they won't going to expect that you are a tech giant, or that you have the knowledge, very good knowledge, that you should develop the front end part, that you should develop the back end part both. Yeah, but you should have some knowledge of like oops part, like the DSA part, like basic part, like loops and all. Don't think that if I'm going for an organization, I should be developing a very good project or a very big project. So no, no, that is completely not expected from the organization or any of the tech giants. You must have the basic knowledge, very basic knowledge of the technical programming stuff. Yeah, you are good to go. Go with that.
Okay. So, like, according to your thinking, just want to know, like, what is profile maintaining, like, of the LinkedIn or any other platforms, like of GitHub or like any other thing? Is it really important to maintain those profiles?
Yeah, the profile. Yeah, I must say you must go with the LinkedIn. Yeah, it is not. I don't say that it is very much important, but yeah, it is important for you. Like if you are having the different kind of the tech jobs, you are applying for the different tech jobs. You must use a LinkedIn profile, or you should maintain the LinkedIn profile, or you should have the project like you have to you should that for the GitHub part. Yeah, I must say you should have the you should just just visit that very GitHub part and all, and try to explore more and more parts of the GitHub, like what is the GitHub and what should I do on a GitHub and how it is fruitful for me, like that very stuff. And in my case, that GitHub very much helpful for me in my interview part. That interviewer might ask that where is a GitHub link and all that to visit your projects and all. Yeah, I must say that it is important for to maintain your LinkedIn profile or a GitHub profile and all. That's very useful or helpful for you.
Okay. So, LinkedIn
Yeah,
or
Akhil. Yeah, Akhil, you are having many other opportunity because the recruiters are very much active on a LinkedIn profile and all. That you should maintain your LinkedIn profile and update your LinkedIn profile and all.
okay. So, should we pick any sort of specific company or just prepare in journal, like the placement prep?
Yeah, sorry.
Just want to say, like, should we pick any sort of a specific company at the time of preparation or just prepare in journal, like for every company?
In that if you are in a college or in your engineering degree or might you are in a fourth year, beginning of the fourth year of your engineering degree, and your tap cell and all placement cell will inviting the different companies and all. Thus see your strength at that very time that you are capable to crack that very assessment or technical round uh, assessment of the organization. You must go with that, and uh, you should not targeting only company like only the Cognizant or the Infosys or the Google or the Amazon. Get the different knowledge to crack the any company, any organization assessment. That you should not be targeting only on a one company or one organization assessment. You must be the diverse part that you if day one you are having the assessment round of the Cognizant or the D2 you are having the assessment round of the Infosys. Go for both of them. Go for both of them. There is no any hesitation or not to worry about that. Go with the different organization or assessment or the offer or the opportunities you are getting there. Grab it. I must say grab it.
That's really a nice opinion. Okay, so next comes like when you were giving your interviews or sort of coding assessment. So did you face any sort of rejections? And what was your learning apart like beside that
I
while
faced
getting
many
a rejections?
I
Yeah.
faced many yeah, I faced many rejections in my
Uh,
take that rejection as a motivation part. Don't
yeah.
get started on the that
Hmm.
after doing all the stuff and I'm not getting selected on any organization. In my case, that I was that on that Amazon in a case in my case that Amazon was hiring, and I am done with the first round, second round, and the CR first round. I was get rejected in a CR second round. That was yeah, that was a tragic one for me. But somehow I built myself that no, I can do it, and yes. Uh, I'm not getting that offer right now, then no matter. I can go with the next one. I must go with the Adobe. I must go with the Oracle. I must go with the Juspay and all. But don't get settled down that no, I'm not getting the offer or and all. That's if you are having the very good amount of the talent, you are not going to just like you are not going to unemployed and all. You definitely you are get hired from any of the any good companies or product based companies. So yes,
Okay. So we would like to know regarding your selection rounds in the Juspay, like all rounds, whichever you went through.
yeah, just say I applied in just say off campus off campus opportunities. That in a very first round, I'm getting countered by the 60 questions, which are with the DSA part, with the database and the DBMS parts and all, and some basic parts of the programming stuff like loops part and all, the OOPS part, object-oriented part, and all. Those are basic kind of the stuff in my very that was optional in my very first round. And then when I cleared the first round, the second round was the coding coding challenge. It has the three questions. Two of the questions was I must say that it was intermediate level, and one question was hard level. But in two questions, I completely uh, my all test case run. But in third questions, I'm left with the two or three test case. But somehow I come from the qualify the round two. And in a third round, that was the hackathon round. And that was also divided into two parts. That hackathon one and hackathon two.
Hmm.
That first part of the hackathon, I'm getting the very simple questions of the tree. And in a second part, I got the. I must say that some increased constraint in the questions which you have encountered in the first round. You are getting some higher level of that question which you have encountered in the first hackathon round. That the second round is also called the codeathon round. And the
Hmm.
second round, I was assigned with a mentor, and that round was for 7 to 8 hours. That the mentor was very helpful, and they will suggest you that go with this. You should be using this abstraction with this encapsulation with this. They will suggest you that you go with this. They are not in the answers that you must go with this and all. No, they will suggest that you will go with this, and I must say they are very helpful. Then somehow I cracked the hackathon round, and after that I was with the technical round. And technical round, it was somewhat 1.5 hour or my technical round. And I must say that the technical round is the main part of your all these assessments. So please, and what I have told you that you must have the project, you must have the DSC knowledge, and you must have the OOPS and the basic knowledge of the programming language. These all are these all the you are getting to encounter in this round, the interview round. A- And when the interview round, I cleared the interview round. I left with the HR. HR round was very normal. That why should we hire all that stuff, and you might encounter this question from the Google and all. That's my whole journey of a organization which I'm working
Okay. So it was really nice to of yours to let us know your interview experience. So at last, the furthermost question, like, is there any other tips or tricks by your side which you want to give to our fellow audience?
No, no, no. I must say that each and everything what I have done for my journey, I tell you that. And one thing is that be very honest with yourself. Like you are not knowing the array part, you are not knowing the linked list part and all. Yeah, it might be you are not knowing the oops part and all. So make down the list of this and target one by one. You know, never betray with yourself that I'm going with the C part, I'm going with the Java part and all, and you are going to the intermix that all the concepts which you encounter in the C part and in the Java part. No, don't go with this. Go with one specific language. Complete your DSC part and after doing these two steps, one the programming language and one DSC part, then you should go for the competitive like in a hacker rank or a hacker earth. Then these a hacker rank or a hacker earth having the very much the competitions like the hackathons or the codathons are frequently happening on that very platform. So take a part on that. If you are done with the DSC or a basic part, then nobody is going to pull your leg to us from the your dream job and
Yeah.
dream company or dream organizations.
Okay, so there are some questions from my side I want to ask on behalf of audience,
Yeah.
which are just want to know, how to track down the highest paying companies being as a fresher, like as you did. You just cracked up a 16 LP in Juspay. So, what sort of suggestions you wanna give, or like, what was your idea frame regarding that? That how you cracked this company being as a fresher?
In my case, that I told you that I get enlightenment from my second half of my second year. That
Hmm.
on a 1.5 year of my career, I don't know what is the coding was. I must know the C part. What I was doing from my beginning of my engineering degree, and many of my friends used to tell me that you are going with the C part, and all are doing with the Java part, the Python part, and all. So yeah, I must say that I by reading the C part 1 year, I must say I cleared all the core concept of the coding and the core concept of the programming and all. So after that, I switched to the Java part, and it was very easy. It was very easy to grab the Java. What is the Java and what's the use of the Java and if you are having the C, then why should you have the Java language and all? That I know the Java that yeah it is so diverse. Java is so diverse in programming that
Oh,
you completed the Java part, and then I switched to the in a parallel of the Java, I was also doing the DSA part, and then I just switched to the project development part and all. That project very much helpful in my interview and all. That first of all, grab the knowledge, store in your mind. Don't go that you are grabbing the knowledge or you are completing your core concepts of the programming, and you might think that I will must develop a project and all. No, grab the knowledge, store in your mind that what is this, what is this, what is this, then apply it. Apply whatever you have learned. Whatever you have learned, just apply it. That this is abstraction, this is the encapsulation and all. Just apply that. And in fact, the
Okay. Okay. So the next question from my side is like, what sort of skill set and tactics a fresher should know while giving the company's selection procedure or while
you must
appearing to the scene?
you must have the clearance about your core subjects like DBMS, networking part, data structure, and operating system, and networking and all. Yeah, I think software engineering part, that SDLC, software life cycle, development life cycles, and what for model different models in a software development life cycles. You must be the clearance of that very part. And apart from these are all the subjects which you are learning in an engineering career. They are
Yeah.
very helpful in your interview part and all. Apart from this, you must be having a good hold on your basic concepts of the programming, basic concepts like the loops part, and basic to prime number and all, Fibonacci series, star pattern and all. String part, or I must say the array part and all. You must have the clearance about that. What is that? And you should have the programming concepts about that these are used in a programming on all. And just I think that's much that it is enough for you. And yeah, you're good to go.
Okay.
These are enough.
Thank you. And the next is like, what you want to suggest for the implementation that can be asked by the interviewer, like in general, like which every interviewer asks from a particular company, like in general.
Uh, you should have the technical round.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
implementation one. The technical contains both the conceptual and the implementation.
Yeah, in a technical round, there is a myth that I can't say this is a myth, but some interviewer might see your programming knowledge that he or she might ask with you to implement the loop part and all abstraction part and hoops part which you have learned from your first or second year. Just grab that knowledge, and be confident. Be confident in front of the interviewer. Don't get just like that. Oh my God, I've done the wrong code. I've written the wrong code, and what the impression on an interviewer that he might be thinking that what the guy is doing and all this stuff. In my case, I was mentioning different my Android projects and one of the Java projects, and uh, suddenly my interviewers said that go with your Java project. I explained each and everything to him, and he said that why you use this one, and I was totally mum that what is this, what is going on, what he's asking from me, and
Yeah.
that then I realized this is the technical round now. But then 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 somehow I managed this that I think he must have the that misconception that he is not knowing the project and he's just bluffing me and all. then then at last I with this question I totally tried to tell that I yes I know the things which I asked in my project and all. Yeah, there is a time when you get stuck or where you get choked that oh what is happening or why you in fact you are seeing that it's your project and you get stuck in that oh
Hmm.
is this part what is this huh? What is this no that don't get panicked on that very situation don't get panicked that behave that it's okay it's not going to work it's not going okay with this and don't get panic on that very time that because that very time the interviewer will judge you that yes you are not knowing the thing and you are bluffing me and all the misconception and you will destroy your interview and all so don't get panic be humble be and be very honest to the interviewer be very honest like if you don't know the java part if you don't know the oops part uh, saying that I'm not comfortable with this, I'm not done with this, and all. Do not ever lie to your interview. Don't. It very bad impact on your interview, and this is a big reason that you destroy your interview and all. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So just you wanna say like don't get stressed out at the time of interview, but like in
Yeah.
general we usually get we
Yeah.
usually came up with that
Yeah, yeah,
anxiety and
at that
stress.
very time, boost your confidence,
Yeah,
confidence, and have a very healthy conversation from your interviewer. That
yeah,
I usually think whenever I go for an interview, I usually think, what is to get happen? I will not hired or I will get rejected. But nothing. He's not going to shoot me or he's not going to behead me on this thing.
yeah,
You are not
yeah,
giving the answer so simple at all.
yeah.
No, not to panic, not to worry. You are not going to shoot by your interviewer and all. So
They're
don't
not
get
going to
panic.
demolish you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
These kind of stuff I use. Yeah, I'm very confident. Yeah, nothing less, nothing more. I'm good to go. Just I go with
Yeah.
the flow.
That's the spirit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the spirit.
So, so far, thank you, Mr. Aditya,
Yeah,
for giving such an insightful or such an insight regarding your experience and your knowledgeable tactics for the same. We are really obliged to have you here as our today's speaker. Thank you for providing such an insightful session to us. Thank you so much. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you, Miss Grover, for inviting me in your session. Yeah,
Yes, Mr.
and
Ras, thank you so much.
yeah,
We are so happy to have you here. Yeah.
thank you.